and they're loving care too. I've grown beets in this bed for a nice while. I keep adding cow manure. I keep regenerating the soil. Cow manure, blood meal, bone meal, everything to bring life back to the soil. So I just weeded the bed, nothing heavy. I moved some of the beets that was clustered too much. It would now give me a more fuller bed. I'm going for the blood meal, and because that's going to give them some nitrogen for the boost the top growth. And I'm going to give them some bone meal, which is going to give them some potassium, which is going to make the ball bigger. So I'm going to go get the blood meal and bone meal. I'm going to sprinkle it on this bed, and then I'm going to water it in. Because although it looked like a lot of room not growing in the bed, by the time I separated the beets, they're, I think I'm going to have a full bed, so that's a good thing. So when you're setting your beets, don't worry about going out and moving them after. They move wonderfully. So just when you move them, don't pick 2 out a day, pick the morning, and get them watered good after the move. So I'll be right back. People's always asking, what do I bring my soil back to life with? Bone meal and blood meal. If you're not using bone meal and blood meal, you definitely got to get at it, because it is a game changer for your garden. Blood meal, 12-0-0. 12% nitrogen. So when you're setting those carrots and you want those little tops to start taking off, this is what to put on your carrots. For your beets too, anything above ground, this is the thing to go with. Now, 4-10-0. Only nitrogen is 4. Phosphate or is actually 10 in this. So this is good for rooted vegetables, beets, onion, anything below ground that you want to bub up. This is just stuff to put on it for to get it to bub up. So yeah, I bought this in Home Hardware. It's only like, I don't know, $11 a bag or something. And it's a little 1.2 kilogram bag. And if you're not using it, this is the game changer of what makes stuff grow in your garden. So I went out and put it on. Now I got the wind blowing today, so this is why I came in the shed to talk to you about the fertilizer. But the wind is blowing, and I don't know, I might have to scrub all the audio out and just over voice it. But I'm going to go out and apply the blood meal and the bone meal to the beets now, and I'm going to take you along. This is packed in nitrogen, and it's gorgeous. 12 nitrogen, so this is a boost. So folks, as you can see, the carrot bed too, some carrots are high in some corners and they're mostly small all over. This was mainly to weeds taking over the garden, and had the carrots all strangled. So when I got home from Alberta, the carrot bed looked pretty pathetic, I must say, but I dug out all the weeds, and after the process of digging out the weeds, I started to realize that yes, there is carrots there, they were just being strangled. So I de-weeded the garden the best that I could, and I've got the blood meal and bone meal going on it now, trying to get the rest of the weeds out that I see. Miss Charlotte is enjoying the day down on the beach with me. So blood meal and bone meal, folks, if you're not using it, like I said, it's a game changer in your garden. I picked up this blood meal and bone meal at Home Hardware and Bayvert for just like $12 or $13 a bag. It goes a long ways. It goes longer than you think. And I always been doing my garden with blood meal and bone meal for years. So I'm just trying to finish up here now, get the bone meal on, so that my carrots could get a good watering, and hopefully now without weeds, those little rascals could start taking off, and I probably get a good harvest in the fall. That's what I'm hoping for, a good harvest.
Today we're in our greenhouse. Just want to show you my greenhouse. I grew no tomatoes this year and never put nothing in my greenhouse, only cabbage. And here's my cabbage. Now these over here, we're trying different experiments on soils. All this over here is the soil that my tomatoes was in. All these here are different soils from down on our land. So we're trying to see which is the best. And the poor soils here. See how tiny they are.
Yeah,
right?
All sat at the same time?
Yeah, all sat same week.
So this soil's doing good.
I planted these first, and them.
Yeah.
And then this table, and this table, and this table. And as you can see, like this soil, whatever it is, not very good.
No, that's
Very good growing soil. Really heavy and compact, and not growing very well compared to what's over there. Just look at it over there. I mean, that's huge.
right.
Right? They're all huge over there.
So this is your tomato pro mix
This
soil.
is all my pro mix soil, and we put the cabbage in it just to see. We wanted to experiment with different soils. He's growing turnip up there. Look how huge the tops are, Bobby. If you're growing peppers and you want to grow peppers, as soon as you get your little flower come out, which that was a flower, you got to take that stem and you got to tear off every leaf
Up to the first.
up to the flower. Yeah, to the flower.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing good though.
He is.
Well, he's got more than one on him though. Just
Yeah,
can't
well,
see him.
there's two back here too. Now this is another different plant, but there's two there.
Yeah.
And you get another little one up
You got another little one in
there.
behind
See?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, really hard to see. I don't know what I got there, Bobby. That looks like jalapeno.
It is. Yeah.
There's jalapeno there.
So where's the jalapenos that we've been overwintering?
So the jalapenos belong to you now. Is that one over there? See it? I just put new soil on it, but just look, he's loaded. Look.
How many years now for that fella?
I think he's close to 5 years old. 4 or 5 years old now.
And he's cracking on her again.
Yeah.
Look at jalapenos he got.
So all these plants here is my older ones too.
The ones that you have in the.
Yeah, these are 4 or 5 years old. All these here.
So that's the ones you have in under the grow light in the winter.
Yeah. All
straight.
these here now is our grow light ones, right?
Yeah.
This poor fellow here is awful heavy.
So you don't have to just grow.
No, like if you grow a pepper, you don't have to kill them, get rid of them. You can keep them in overwinter and all winter. So
Right.
then you start, just pick off all your leaves. And then whatever's gonna grow, see, it's all covered in flowers.
So how's your tomatoes?
So it's a funny thing, folks, you know, because me and Bobby planted cucumbers here more than 1 year, eh, Bobby?
Yes, we have.
And
Yeah.
look,
We've had them right to the ceiling.
Yeah. This is all we got. It can't seem to grow. It's not growing. It's stopped. I don't understand what's happening.
It's a different year.
Usually this year, like this is close to August now. I mean, he's gone on up the wall by now.
Yeah, I mean, last year it was hanging off the ceiling there everywhere.
Everywhere.
Right.
So I planted them 3 times before I got any growth at all.
And it looks like it's just done.
Yeah. I don't understand. It's really tiny, really, really small. This one's big. But look, I mean, this is not, they don't grow very much.
No, last year this time, sis, that was to the roof.
Got me.
Well, I mean,
puzzled.
I made bottles of cucumbers you can make.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Pickles last year.
You made a lot last year.
Right.
I mean, was days I come out here and 4 or 5 cucumbers that was ready. That
right.
We picked. Yeah. And I mean, we planned them early too. I know that we planned them as soon as we could get out here and plant them.
When did you plant them?
But this is all my tomato soil, so I don't understand it.
No.
I planted them probably like 12th or 15th of June, somewhere around there, like when I could get out into the greenhouse and plant.
Yeah, so I mean,
that ain't grown.
No, and they already.
I don't understand it.
So the first lot died on you.
Yeah, and then I replanted and nothing. I just couldn't get nothing to come. I don't know if it's the soil or if it was the seeds.
Probably the seeds, what?
Can't figure it out.
And how's the apples? Apple trees.
Oh, the apple trees. She got hot again the year and thrown all the babies. So if you got an apple tree that's throwing all of her apples and you're wondering what's happening, is she's stressed.
She's stressed out.
Yeah, she's not getting enough water and she's stressed. Bobby, look, see this again? That's them coming back.
Can't kill
Oh,
them.
see them? Yeah.
Yeah, time for you to spray.
Yeah. So I mean, now here she is. Now she's covered in apples, right?
Oh, she needs to be sprayed too. There's caterpillars on her.
Look, she's loaded. And so where he is now. Just look inside.
Yeah, pick that off the end there.
No. I mean, look how many is in there. See it? It's crawling, look.
Oh yeah, brutes. I had to kill one on my tree.
Now last year we fed it all to turkeys and chickens and stuff. But anyway, look on the ground, now you can see. She threw all of her fruit. See all the babies?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All on the ground. So what happens, she gets stressed and it's hot. So it must have been some hot weather when I was gone, look.
And she don't get water and she drops fruit.
She throws them all. So she throws ass.
So you got caterpillars up there too.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, what's supposed to do, Bobby?
You're gonna have to get that bottle of mine and put some soap in it.
Yeah.
Where's your big bottle to?
I got to go find it now. I mean, if you got my thing on the patio, I think, putting it awful.
Yeah.
I mean, look at, she threw all them down on the ground. And you mind walk around everywhere you're stick with them.
I see them, yeah.
It's like this big, look.
Yeah.
This is true F. Same thing last year when it got hot.
We're gonna have to make up some insecticidal soap.
Yeah.
And kill them brutes.
You won't take them long for destroy your garden.
No. Just look.
Anything, no.
Yeah, won't take that very long. Look. Look at that. Oh, hundreds. Look.
Mm.
Just move.
Okay, so what is this one? What is this creature?
That's caterpillar, and they're doing some destructive stuff too.
Look.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a little worn on it. Oh.
We do, Keon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to kill these too. Go, you need some sort soap, didn't you?
Yeah. Got to go get something to put up there now. So I mean, sure, if they got the tents there, they got them up there too.
Did you, yeah, up there, look.
Huh?
Up there, look.
We're down up top, yes, boy. Eat the tree, didn't see?
And there are thousands of them in it.
Yes.
So you got to kill them.
You just squish.
So what are you doing there now?
I'm just cutting off some of my basil, and Bobby, just look now, Bobby, look, he's even up under. the basil seeing.
Oh yeah.
Whatever kind of creature it is, I'm not really sure. But anyway, so when you cut your basil, you got to go down to the little nose. Come see, I'll show you.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna try to keep it steady in the camera.
Okay, so there's the top of your basil. Right there is like more little leaves coming.
Yeah, so
You
that's where
chop
you go.
the off right there. See, and they'll continue growing.
Now, folks, so basil loves being cut.
Oh yeah, don't you worry about cutting basil. It loves to be cut as right.
You don't smell good either, do you?
Oh man, that's delicious, eh? Yeah, it smells like pasta in your nose. So what are you saying now? Just dry them?
Dry that now and then let it dry out.
Yeah.
And after it dries out,
Just crunch them.
yeah, scrunch them all up and put them in a
I
little
just put
zip.
them in Ziploc bags. I didn't know the difference when I've been freezing it.
Well, you can freeze them and chop them up that way, or you could dry them.
Yeah, I'm going to try drying them now.
Beautiful dried, because I mean, you know, it turns into like a little scrunchy powder.
That's a big spider wherever he went.
Well, you was outdoors.
Yeah.
So no tomatoes on the bridge this year.
No, my son said some weird, you know?
Huh?
No tomatoes.
All down on land. We're going to get down on land one of these days, folks.
Yeah, Bobby's going to go down with us tomorrow, I'd say. Get the video down there.
Yeah, we'll try
Go down
that.
and tape some. Nothing never grows real good down there either.
It's a different year. I got buddies that I've had on YouTube there and messaged and
Really
said
weird year.
they're not doing good.
Fresh parsley, you know where to go in middle arm.
Right? And we got
We got lots of basil and we got lots of parsley.
yeah.
So there's the plant there, the parsley. We got another one sitting on the patio there. So we got lots.
So if you're in the mood for some
Spaghetti.
spaghetti or what I call sloppy joe, right?
Yeah, we got lots of parsley and we got lots of basil.
You
So we
want
don't mind
to-
sharing.
You want to come and get some fresh parsley and basil? Well, you know where I live, so come get some.
All right, everybody, take care.
Anyway, from Bob,
Doreen,
the Newfoundland gardener, let's keep growing on the rock. Have a good day, everyone.
bye.
Bye. Just like to take a minute and talk about my Facebook group. I'd like to give a shout out to a long-time follower. I'm going to put a picture right there. Miss Elsie Reed, you've been following us for a long time since we started the Newfoundland Gardener. Me and Doreen, years ago, you was one of the first people that asked questions, and I remember very well of you getting interested in our channel. So thanks for still being a follower of our group on Facebook, and thanks for following us also on YouTube. Appreciate it, Elsie Reed, and have a great weekend. Bye. Thanks for being a big part of the Newfoundland Gardener. Thanks for following us on YouTube. Bob and Newfoundland Gardener. Let's keep growing on the rock. Have a good one, everyone.